welcome for an update about my V12. That's been a lot of times that you can see some animations about it on my channel, but I wanted to show you what I see when I work with that engine. So that engine is almost done. The engine in itself is really almost done. It just misses all the electric connections, the air filters, the coolant reservoir, and the main engine blocks. Some parts are missing, but everything else is there. So it doesn't look that realistic right now because I'm working with that visual of the engine. But of course, when I animate, I switch to another render engine, which looks much better. But you can see that if I move, it looks a bit messy. So I'm going to be using Eevee for now. This engine is of course all procedurally animated by this small arrow. So if I turn this small arrow just a bit, the engine will be turning slowly. And if I turn it a lot, the engine will be turning much faster. So it's my only control about the engine. Everything else is animated procedurally to be sure to be visually accurate. This engine is made to be visually accurate, not physically, because of course some of the parts are not meant to work. For example, that chain is not thick enough, or that tube is only 0.5 millimeter thick. It doesn't make sense for some parts, but some of them are very realistic. Take a close look to that pump, for example. If I hide it, you see that this is rotating fast, so it pumps up the fluid. You can see that for the thermostat here, if the water is hot enough, you get that part that will move right close that tube, that the water will just make all the way around. But if it's cool enough, it will just bypass the big radiator that we'll have here. Same for the oil pump here. You can see that the fluid gets pumped here and rejected here because there's here something that turns around. You can see it better in that visualization that just compresses the fuel and ejects it here. You can also see some of the details on every single part of that. For example, that small high pressure compressor here for the fluid and for the fuel. You have here that part moving up and down that compresses it and goes there. So everything here is procedurally animated. If I take that away, you can see that the parts in the bottom doesn't move or move more. It depends, it just crushes here. I find it very satisfying. The engine is unique because even if it's taken inspiration from every single engine I've seen online, the layout is mine. For example, the tubes here or the position of the turbos, everything has been designed by me because I want my own engine. This engine will be implemented in a hypercar that will be made from scratch, as I'm doing for this engine. It's very interesting to note that if I accelerate the engine, all the parts inside are still moving faster, and I find it very cool. And with Eevee, you can even see the colors at the same time. It's kind of laggy for some parts, like the rotating ones, but for the camshaft, it looks very nice. The best thing about this engine is that I can also animate all sorts of things around it. I will try to animate the air going in, following the path up to the turbo, getting compressed here with the help of the exhaust gases, making the turbo turn and everything. I can even try to animate gas moving inside this and colored. I will try to make that for the next videos. Also, this engine is not optimized for video game, of course, because we are at a total of almost 1 million points. That's the total you want for high quality cars, entire cars in video games. So of course, it's only for animation. I can also try to make a full animation on how an engine works, because there's great ones online, but or they are focused on explaining and the visuals are not perfect, or they are focused on the visuals and the explaining is not perfect. Of course, my favorite videos about that are the videos by the car manufacturers or on real engines, but then you cannot see the details as you can with a virtual engine. Like if I want to take that off real time, I can, and you can see all the parts moving in. So this is the current state of the project. I will make it better in the future by adding the last parts that needs to be added. And then tell me what you want to see with this engine. Like if you want to see a specific animation, if you want to see it in any cars you like. If I find the 3D model, I can put my engine in it. If you want to see it in a video game, if you want to download it, I mean, it won't be free because of the whole lot of time I've jackpot on it, but like I think for 10 euros you can get the whole working model or something like that. Depends on how many people are willing to buy it or not. If you want to see it in games, you can modify, although I wouldn't recommend it because it's not meant to be put in a video game. I think it will be very nice for explaining purposes or for demonstration purposes. So if you have any idea where you need a V12, working V12 animated, tell me in the comments and I will be glad to help you with it. So the next part of the project, of course, is to finish the small parts and add what's missing here, so all the transmission gears and stuff, and then I continue with the whole car. I'm also working on other projects in parallel, so this is taking a lot of time, but I just wanted to make an update about this project, because only animations, like, it's nice to see, but it doesn't show you what's behind the engine. I hope you liked this video and see you for the next one.